Hi internet people. So this is the vlog that I've teased a few times called My Wife Chooses My TBR. So in the following vlog, I will read 4 books and I'm going to flash them. Like I'm going to pull up the stack really fast and let you see them because I'm going to kind of keep it a surprise. So some of the books have shown up on social media already. Actually, I only think one has, and I teased another one, sort of. So I'm just gonna like hold up the stack really fast and you can pause it and like see what they are, or you can be along for the ride, because this video, I like go into it with a reading plan where like I know all 4 books and I'm like, okay, I'm going to read them in this order. And then I like try and keep you surprised, and then I get really annoyed because some library holds / ordering does not work out in my favor. So then I'm basically like trying to be sneaky, and then I give up and I'm just like, okay, the book I was gonna read next was this and I don't have it. So I'm gonna hold up the stack. It is right next to me, next to another stack of books that you're seeing in the next video. And I'm gonna try and like real quick, you're gonna see it super fast, super fast, super fast. They're not in any particular order. Actually, they're in size order right now, so I don't drop them. So ready, set, this is the stack, and now it's gone. You saw them. You also saw them in the thumbnail, but I'll show them one more time and done. Okay, those are the 4 books. If you want to be super surprised, don't pay attention to them because there's a lot of reading. I actually get through them surprisingly quickly, and I actually don't read one of these books in the format that I just held up. You'll find out about that in the vlog. So I had a really fun time reading these, and that's all I'm gonna say, because there will be an outro where I explain things in more detail. But I really appreciate Krista taking the time to pick out books. It was really fun because I would not have read probably 2 of them ever. One of them I actually said I was not going to read, which I think is why she picked it. And one of them helped me plan something for next month. So yes, it was a fun time, but that's all you're getting. You have to watch the rest of the vlog to know all of my thoughts on all these things. So I hope you enjoy Wife Picks My TBR. Good morning. I'm making coffee. I've already showered. And today is the first day of the Wife Chooses My TBR reading vlog. So Krista had to be out of the door at like a little before 7 today, so we got up at like 6:20 because she is getting her hair done, kind of. She's seeing our normal hair person after we had some issues with our not normal hair person that we went to. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. In other vlogs, I've complained about this. I'm not getting into it, but I showered after she left and I needed to make coffee, and I'm going to start the first book, which is True Colors by Kristen Hanna. So this is Krista's favorite Kristen Hanna book. Oh, that's gonna be hard to say. Krista. Jesus. But this is her like favorite one. So the description of it is, this is the general description, with luminous writing and unforgettable characters that are her trademarks, she tells the story of 3 sisters whose once solid world is broken apart by jealousy, betrayal, the kind of passion that rarely comes along. Then it looks like we meet the Gray sisters after the death, and they've like banded together after the death of their mother. Their dad's not really in their lives. Or he is and he doesn't really like them. Yeah. So there's Winona, Aurora, and Vivi Ann. That's all I'm going to say because the description is super long and I feel like it's gonna spoil a bunch of stuff. I'm putting lavender syrup in my espresso. So that's the brief description of the book. There are sisters and they banded together and their dad's an issue. So yes, so I'm gonna start reading this one this morning before I have to go to work. And yeah, so I've never read one before. We watched a little bit of the Firefly Lane adaptation on Netflix, but we didn't get very far. But she picked this one, so this is the one I'm reading first. And then yeah, we will go from there. It's not huge, like the writing is pretty big, so I don't think it's gonna take me too wildly long. 393-ish. So yeah, I'm gonna get to reading. And yeah, I'm gonna start my day. I'm still a little tired, so I definitely need this coffee. So let's get to reading book 1. hi, you're getting this angle, which I'm sure you love. I was having a very, very good morning. Like, shower, coffee, reading this book. And then, okay, so tiny tangent, and then I'll get into the book. We were supposed to get a delivery yesterday from FedEx. So Krista ordered some wine. They need a signature because it's alcohol. So yesterday it was supposed to come between like 10:50 and 2:50 or something. Never showed. It just didn't show up. I was running up and down the stairs because my office is on the second floor. Anytime our dogs made any noise, because if our dogs bark, it normally means someone's at the door. So never came, never came. Then this morning, because last night you just said like, we'll attempt to deliver tomorrow. Like they didn't even come. Like it even said like they didn't come to your house. So this morning I checked the like tracking and it was like, okay, the package should arrive between 9:50 and 1:50. And I'm like, okay, 9:50 is fine. Even if it comes earlier, like I start work a little before 9. So I was like, it'll be fine. So I'm reading, I'm doing all of this, and then Krista was getting her hair done. So she sends me a text at like 8:30 and she's like, this says they attempted to deliver the wine and you didn't sign for it. Like, are you awake? Like I thought you were gonna stay up. And I was like, I did stay up. Like I'm reading, like at 8:15, I was very definitely just like reading a book and sitting in the bedroom. The dogs made absolutely no noise. And what's so frustrating is they've done this before. So I went down and FedEx left a package on our steps. Now we have a porch and there's a door on the porch and the steps lead up to the porch and then you have to walk into the porch to get to our front door. So the dogs don't always bark if someone just like comes to the porch steps and lays something down because they can't hear them coming into the house. So our car was not in the driveway and this is the issue. FedEx will come to our house when the car is not in the driveway and then just assume no one is home. They'll be like, oh no one's here. And they either won't deliver anything or they'll deliver a thing that doesn't need a signature and drive off. And then they'll just be like, we attempted to deliver, no one was home. And it's solely because the car is not there. This has happened at least 2 other times, if not 3. And so I'm like, 1, they came 2 hours earlier than the estimate, which makes absolutely no sense because they never come that early. And they didn't even knock. They didn't knock. They didn't try and see if someone was home, which is so annoying because I know they need the signature. And what's extra frustrating is even though it says needs signature, they have dropped off wine to our house and just like put it inside the porch and left because they know that someone that's over 21 accepts the packages because I've signed for wine before. So I had to call because like I was texting Krista, I was like, they didn't knock, they didn't do anything. Like I was home, I wasn't even doing anything. Like I would have heard them. The dogs didn't even react. Like they didn't bark, they didn't make any noise. And so she was like, no, they obviously didn't knock because the dogs would have barked. So I had to call FedEx because like you can only do so much with like the manage option. So I called and it took like 5 minutes to get a person. And then she was like, okay, well, they can't come back today. They'll try tomorrow, which is Saturday. Like, it's fine. I'm gonna be home. Krista has work. She also has work tonight, which sucks. She's covering for someone. So she has work tonight, work Saturday, and work Sunday. But I was like, I'll be home. But like, I had to like leave this thing where I was like, can you put in the notes that someone is always at the house, even if there's no car here, they need to come into the porch, they need to knock on our front door. And she was like, yeah, she put all that in. So hopefully they actually come tomorrow. I don't even know. Like I'm debating about just like sitting on our porch steps and reading until they show up because I'm so frustrated. I hate FedEx. I hate FedEx so much. Anyway, book. I'm going to talk to you about book things. Okay. So brief, non-spoilery recap of what I've gotten to so far. So the death of the mom actually happens like prior to the prologue. So the mom has died when they are like young. And then we jump to 1992 and they're all in their like 20s. And Vivian is running the family like ranch / farm. And like her dad is still there. And so she's living with the dad. She attempted to go to college, didn't really work out. And so she's running the farm. And there's this like this horse named Clementine / Clem that like in the prologue, this is in the prologue, so I don't think it's a huge deal to tell you about it. The dad wants to sell the horse because it belonged to the mom. And then Winona, the oldest sister, is like, no, I want Clementine. Winona is afraid of horses and doesn't ride. So Vivian winds up being like, no, I love Clem. Like, I'll ride Clem. Clem likes me. So there's this like element of jealousy they mention in the prologue that like suddenly erupts between Vivian and Winona because Winona can't ride this horse and like she wanted to save the horse because she's the oldest sister, but Vivian, who's the youngest sister, did. So the plot of the book so far is primarily focused on Vivian and Winona, and a love triangle / jealousy that already existed from that moment forward in their lives. So Vivian's been running the farm, but she like is not good at managing money, and Winona, the oldest sister, knows this. Winona's also a lawyer, and she keeps being like, well, I could help, like I could manage the books, I could do all these things. She like has ideas to help the farm, like selling off some land they don't use, but the dad is adamantly against it because he's like, that's the homestead and land, we can't sell that. And I'm just like, whatever. But this guy from their past, who was their mom's friend's son, Luke, comes back to the town, and Winona likes him. She's apparently like always kind of liked him, but they like meet up, and then she has feelings for him, but he just sees her as a friend. Then he winds up falling for Vivian, which Winona is like, of course he does. Everyone always falls for Vivian. And so that's the setup. So we have Winona, the oldest, who is a lawyer, renovated a whole Victorian house, wants to help the family. I'm very sure Winona is why Krista likes this book. Then Vivian, who is the youngest and is like just trying to make sure the farm is going. But the issue is that like Luke likes her, but she doesn't like Luke as much as he likes her. So there's like an element of drama where like she doesn't really like him, but Winona doesn't want to tell her that she likes Luke. So like they're just avoiding each other a lot. Like it just keeps happening. Like Winona's avoiding Vivian and Vivian is avoiding Luke, and it's a whole thing. But it is a love triangle. And other things are happening with a new ranch hand. But yes, so really we only get Vivian and Winona's points of view. They have a middle sister named Aurora, but Aurora is married with 2 children who are twins and 4 years old. And so she's just sort of like the supporting character who like comes in and like connects the 2 sisters because she's in the middle, and so she can like talk to both of them independently or like tell the 2 of them they need to get together. So Aurora is sort of like a supplemental character to me, even though like the 3 sisters is the focus. It's really Winona and Vivian. So that's where I am so far. I'm like a little over 100 pages in, so I don't think it's gonna be hard to read. But it is very much like a love triangle, and like Winona is the oldest, but like she's struggling, like she's always struggled with her weight after the death of her mom, so she thinks she's too big, and like we have no idea what she looks like, but I'm assuming she's not really that big. But she's like struggling with her weight. She like is just having issues with like her weight and feeling like no one really finds her attractive, while Vivian is like gorgeous. She even calls her Michelle Pfeiffer. So there's that going for those 2. So it's jealousy. Like the oldest sister doesn't feel like enough. The youngest sister also doesn't feel like enough. And then they're like, they both just like feel jealous of the other for whatever reason. So yeah, that's where I am so far. They're like doing all these events, and they took out a mortgage on the farm, I think, which I think is going to come back to bite them in the butt, but we'll see. But I will read more, trying to calm down after being very angry about FedEx. Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I work, so I really do need to go. But yeah, I was just gonna vent a little about FedEx and update you on the book. So I might be able to finish this today, though it sucks that Krista has court, but I'll probably read while she's at court just to give myself something to do. But I will talk to you later with more Kristen Hannah True Colors updates. Hello, I'm making more coffee, so you're getting a tiny update because I read like a little bit, not like a lot at all, farther than I was. Actually, maybe, I don't know. It's later in the day, but I need more coffee because I'm tired. But I'm a little over halfway, and so the book was giving me kind of like Practical Magic, the book vibes, because it was very like sister focused and like their romances and what they were doing, blah blah blah. And like I was getting very like Jilly and oh gosh, what is the other sister's name? The 2 sisters. I was getting the 2 sisters from that as like Vivian and Winona. And then there was kind of a big change. So some of this will be a little spoilery. But there's a murder. And Vivian had been sleeping with their ranch hand, Dallas, who they consistently call him an Indian. And even she's like, it's Native American, you're not supposed to say it. And it's still like, it still keeps happening. But I gotta walk because I gotta push a button on my Keurig. Or it's not a Keurig, but on my coffee machine. So like she was sleeping with him. They actually got married. They wind up having a kid. And then Luke like leaves town, which is sad for Winona, but like nothing was coming of that. But there's a murder, and the person who was murdered is someone that only Dallas, Vivian's husband, like really interacted with, and people in town thought he was having like an affair with this woman. Now she's dead and he's in prison. Like, I was just like, I was not expecting a murder. And then like Vivian goes to Winona and asks her to be the lawyer, but Winona's like, I'm not a criminal defense lawyer, like I don't see how I can help you. Also, like, she's very sure that he did it, so like that's not gonna be helpful. But it's also just like, oh my gosh. So like it's their relationship's not good at all. And like, I do get it, like if you've never done criminal defense, you're gonna suck at it. Like like not suck, but like you just won't know all the ins and outs and like all the things you might have to do. And she keeps saying like, well, I'm not like I'm a small town attorney, like I don't do that. So like I totally get it, like there's some law you don't know how to do, and like if someone's like, I want you to do it, and also it was gonna have to be for free, like Vivian was not gonna pay Winona to do it, so like Winona would have had to put a lot of time and energy into it and like not be paid in any capacity. But like they don't make a lot of money, so Dallas winds up with a public defender, which makes sense because he's like, I already filed the paperwork, I did all that, like you're not paying someone to be my defense attorney, like I got one, like got a public defender, don't worry about it. But yeah, so he is currently in prison and things are not going well. And I looked at the next, like the top of the next chapter, and it does like a 3-year time jump. Like it's been time jumping a little to begin with. Like there's a 2-year one. Now there's a 3 or 4-year time jump again to start the chapter. So I'll have more updates later for sure. But yeah, so it took like a huge turn. And so now I'm not getting like practical magic really, just the sister dynamic, because there's no magic in this. But now we've gotten into like the fallout of a crime, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, weird, not weird, but like unexpected twist. So I am pretty invested, which I was hoping I would be, but I don't read a lot of just like general literary fiction, so this is slightly outside my comfort zone, but I am enjoying it. Aurora is still playing like backup sister, where she's like pulling the sisters together, or like moving things along by like bringing one sister somewhere. So Aurora is really just like a backup character kind of. So it's still really Winona and Vivian who are the main plots. But I gotta go. That was just my update for you. I'm gonna drink more coffee because I'm tired. Also probably too caffeinated, but shh, it's fine. More coffee is totally fine, but I'm gonna go. So you'll get more True Colors updates in a bit. I finished the book. Sorry, we're in slight blue lighting because there we go. Slightly more, I mean, it's just yellow. It's gonna be a bunch of different colors. It is after work, but I hadn't restarted my computer yet because I was like running around and I just forgot to hit the button. So I just came in and I was like, oh, I can film that I finished the video, and realized that my computer was still on. So I just restarted it for work, so that on Monday it acts normally. But anyway, I finished True Colors. So I don't want to give like all the plot away, but so I had mentioned there was a murder. Winona does wind up being involved in aspects of the murder. Oh look, now I'm blue again. Of the murder investigation years after the events have taken place. And then there's just like a lot of family dynamics. I will say again that in this, Aurora is really just like the middle sibling and being used to like bring the youngest and the oldest together. Like we learn about Aurora's life, but only like very limited bits and pieces that like sort of get brought up while she's talking about other things. Like they'll kind of just mention it in passing, but we're not getting her point of view of anything. She's just like there. We also add in the point of view of Vivian's son, Noah. So he does not come into it until the second half of the book. But because time has passed and he is now like a teenager, or becomes a teenager, yeah, I think, yeah, about teenage, he is doing like some journal entries that appear, so you always know when you're in Noah's point of view because it's in like a handwriting font. So that was interesting to get because he starts playing a larger role in the plot in the second half. So I did really like it, which surprised me because again, I don't read a lot of like general fiction. I feel like this is general fiction. Is it labeled? I know not all books do this. Newer books sometimes do. Yeah, it doesn't say exactly. I feel like it would be general fiction though. But I enjoyed it. I liked how the story went. I did like the ending. There was a point where I teared up. So it was definitely a win. And then, so there are 3 other books, which in the intro I would have already told you about, but I'm trying to like surprise you with what I'm reading next, in this portion. But, one of the books, well, technically, yeah. So one other book we owned previously. So we owned the Star Wars book, by Timothy Zahn, which is not near me, so I can't tell you the title of it off the top of my head right now. And so I had that, but I am gonna let you know I'm reading that one last. So that will not show up to the end. But the other 2 books, one, they initially were both library requests, and neither request has come in. They're both marked as in transit. They've been in transit for like 3 days. So I'm just like, okay, I don't know when those are coming in. And I've been like that since we started putting this together, because I've just been like, are you coming in? Like, where's the book? So we wound up ordering one of them because Krista actually thought we owned it and we don't. So we bought it using some like reward point kind of thing. So it was basically free. And then the other book that was a library request, I just wound up going back on my library's website and being like, because there's like tabs for like physical copies, digital copies, audiobooks, and the digital copy was available on what they call Overdrive, but is Libby. So I just went on Libby and no one had checked it out. So I was like, it's mine. So I am going to start that one next. So the next book is going to be Murder Past Due, which is a cozy mystery. And I'm going to be reading it on my iPad / in the Libby app. And then when I get the physical copy, I'll like show you the cover, because I'm still going to get the physical copy because I want it for like thumbnails and I want to take a photo of it. Plus I requested it and I can't cancel it because it's in transit. And then the 3rd book is supposed to arrive actually sometime today and it just hasn't shown up. So I'm thinking it's coming this weekend. But I have already knocked out 1 book, so I have plenty of time to read the others, especially because Krista has court 3 nights in a row. So it'll be a lot of me hanging out with the dogs and reading. So we will see. I really think the cozy mystery is not going to take me very long. So that one will be next. And then the 3rd book, which you can already guess, but I'm not telling you, even though intro me already told you. I will get to that when I get to that. But yeah, so True Colors was very good. I really enjoyed it. I liked the character development for the 2 sisters who are really key to the story. They're the only ones that like really get developed, so like I can't really talk about the rest of them because Aurora, the middle sister, just is a connector character to me. She's very background. The dad, they set up the dad as being a jerk, so like I didn't expect anything from him. And then we have other characters. Noah kind of, but like Noah goes from being a toddler to a teenager, so you don't really get all that time with him. He's just like almost incapable of talking because they don't have him speak when he's little, except like tiny words, to like full-fledged teenager. So yeah, I did really enjoy it though. I would consider other books from hers. We have a whole bunch more. I'd have to like go through and see which ones. But yeah, so I'm gonna go because I am going to cook dinner while Krista is at court so I can reheat it. So I'm gonna work on that. We are doing meatballs / not meatballs, meatloaves / burgers. We get every plate. And one is like, there's one recipe that was a meatloaf and one that was for burgers. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna combine both meats and make like a hamburger sized meatloafy thing. So we can just reheat them because those are super easy to reheat as opposed to some other things. So I'm doing that. So we have reheatable food for dishes at court. Because that'll just make life easier. But yeah, so I'm gonna go work on food, check on dogs. Yeah. But that's fun. I enjoyed that. I'm excited to start the cozy mystery. It's been a minute. I used to be very invested in cozy mysteries and read so many. And Lorna Barrett, yes, I used to read her book series, her cozy book themed mysteries. And she's the blurb on the front of this. So I'm very, very excited going into it. So you'll learn more about that one later. I'm gonna go cook dinner.
I was using ThredUp. It's from Banana Republic. And you're the first time I'm willing to admit this too. I'm not a blazer bitch anymore. I don't reach for them anymore as much as I used to back in like, you know, the 40s days. I'm going to harvest its materials and make it into something else. We've got our work cut out for us. Before I start searching for patterns, this video is sponsored quite topically by ThredUp to put together a little thrifted spring outfit. Here is the sponsor page. Alright, I thought essentially, if you've been here any amount of time on this channel, you know I love ThredUp. And so I thought this time around it would be fun to try to make a complete spring outfit or two. I tried to keep things under like $20-ish, and they have really cute Earth Day packaging, so let's look. Aww. Birthday. ThredUp is a massive online thrift store. It's my go-to place for secondhand items.
My favorite things about Aardvark, not only are the covers like the naked books so matte, like buttery matte. I said this on my Aardvark collab vlog, which I'll link down below, but I also love their social media where they like hint at the books and they're like such fun little games. And they have like member challenges and everything. It's about the same price as Book of the Month if you're on that. They do the monthly rate for $17.99 and then with add-ons $9.99 US for add-on. And then we get bookmarks with little Aardvark ears and they're different colors every month. So that's cute. But I got The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. This is a romance with a werewolf. I don't know, Jodie recommended it to me because she said if you like Bride. Well, I was still reading Bride, so she didn't know I get 3 stars at that point, but she said this is for fans of Bride. And I just want to find a werewolf romance that I actually enjoy, so maybe this is the one. It's so smooth. I wish y'all could. If you know, you know. And then we have Expiration Dates by Rebecca Searle. I enjoyed One Italian Summer and also In 5 Years, so I figured, I think this is about a girl who knows how long she's going to be with every guy she meets, or sex dating, so I thought that was fascinating. She always has like some sort of magical realism in her romances, and it's short, so hopefully I like that. And lastly we have How to Solve Your Own Murder by Kristen Perrin. This is just your classic mystery, I think. It's set in 1965, it's a dark mystery. I'm intrigued by this, and I actually really love this cover. I don't know what it is about it, but I love with the crows and with the border. I just love this. That's my Aardvark box for the month of April. Again, my code and everything will be linked down below. All my discount codes that y'all can use are in the description of all my videos. That's that. Oh wait, what did I fucking read in this? So I read, let me just do it from memory. I read XOXO, gave that 3 stars. I read Thirst. I think I gave that 3 stars too, right? No, I gave it 4. My Husband, I gave 5 stars. My favorite of all time. And then Night Watching, I gave 3 stars. I feel like I had one more book. What else did I finish? Is it an audiobook or did I only read 4? I can't remember, but I will correct them.
Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you because I had to spontaneously work from home because I have to do this thing I can only do from my iMac and I don't have Apple computer at work. So and it's nice because it's Friday, so I'm still home a little bit early, but I'm still working. I just made myself some dino nuggies though because I'm starving and Joey wants to take me out for dinner tonight, so I'm not eating too many. I have like 6. I skipped lunch today because I know I'm gonna be home soon anyway. So I just read a decent amount. I read like almost 40 pages of this during my lunch break. It goes by so quickly. I'm really sorry to hear my computer going haywire. I'm enjoying it. I think it'll be a 4 or 5 star, honestly. A lot of people are seeming. A lot of people seem to be enjoying it. So, oh, the inside is green. That's cute. Pink and green moment. That used to be my favorite color combo. I had a Hello Kitty, lime green and pink themed birthday party when I was younger. I was like 8. There were too many. There were too many people at Kuma's Corner for me to pull out the big old Lagaroonie. Why did I say that? I know.
Following on TikTok, we build the dope. Now you know why they call me the dope.
He was jamming some metal music with his little stink face, and I was like, it doesn't look metal anymore without your beard. You just look like an angry little baby. You don't look tough anymore. It helped a little bit. Now you look like someone rural. Anyway, that's how we're going. Barney's and Oakley's. And we're gonna hope that pen pal is available for him to read so we can sit at the cafe, because I haven't done that in a minute. I literally haven't done that in over a year. Last time I did that was January of last year.
I didn't think we were sitting here reading.
I know, I forgot to tell you. My lip just throbbed. Okay, I have 2 books to hunt down. I think I told y'all that already before though. Let's hope I don't find it so I don't find me. Okay, bye.
Hello. Oh yes, it did focus. Okay. So I'm doing a quick book update while I make lunch. I am making an every plate thingy. Again, we just get them. They're not sponsored. It's easier than grocery shopping for me and meal planning. So that's what we do. But I'm making like an Asian rice bowl thingy. And I've been watching old Jan Agaton videos because I just found her channel when she did Kayla's like reading your worst books thing. And so I've just been watching her old videos. I actually watched her current one this morning. And then I saw Jordaline has a video, so I need to watch that later. I'm also drinking a Baja Blast Zero that we found at Walmart, and I was really excited. Baja Blast Zero is almost never in stock anywhere unless you like go to Taco Bell. But they had it, and so I grabbed all 4 bottles that were in the fridge thing at the checkout. So I'm drinking that because I'm a little tired. It's a Saturday, so that's fine. But I'm a little sleepy. I do have a book update. So I'm on like chapter 4 of Murder Past Due. So this I don't think is spoilers at all. So the setup of the book is our main character, whose name I'm not even going to remember because he's the main POV, and this happens to me a lot. Like I forget the main character's name. He is a widow with grown children who lives in his aunt's house in Athena, Georgia. And his aunt always rented out the extra rooms to boarders, and she recently died. So he has boarders who are students at the local college living there. One of them is named Justin. He is the son of a friend of his who asked if he could stay there because she didn't think he was ready to live in dorms by himself. So he's staying this house with the main character, whose name I will look up at some point, but I don't have my iPad in here, and Diesel, his Maine Coon. So that's what we know roughly about his day-to-day. I was surprised it was a man. That threw me off so much because so many, okay, now the famous Cat Who books, the main character is a man. His cats are Coco and Yum Yum. They're a delight. I was obsessed with those books growing up because my mom listened to the audiobooks all the time, and I really wanted a Siamese cat. I even had some Thai Beanie Baby Siamese kitties. But I was just not prepared for it because the like cutesy covers, you know what I'm talking about, where it's like a bookshop or a library or whatever with like an animal on the front, it's normally women. Like the ones I read were always women, and I thought it was women because like I couldn't read the back matter because I'm reading it digitally. And I didn't look anything up, like I just requested it because Krista was like, oh, it's really highly rated, I thought you would like it because Maine Coons, and I thought it would be fun. So I started reading, and he said like, like most men, I can be messy. And I was like, you're a man? Like I was just like, what? So he, I believe, is technically retired. He mentions that he had a job previously, and now he's just working 2 days a week at his local library in the rare books collection, and he is their like archivist, digitizer kind of thing. Like he organizes and catalogs. He brings Diesel to work every day. So, well, every day of the 2 days he goes, but also they're like a thing around town. Everyone knows Diesel, everyone loves Diesel. And so that's the setup. He is working, and they mentioned that a famous person who used to live in the town is coming back because he's like being awarded something, or he's doing a thing. And actually our main character doesn't like him. The author's name is like, is it Gregory? I don't know, he's just the author. I'm just gonna call him the author. He shows up and he wants to donate his boxes of stuff, like his papers, his in prospect, like things he had while he was creating his books. He wants to donate it to the library, and like it sounds very rushed. Like he wants to like do it right away. He wants to pay for it right now. It's very, very odd. And even then our main character is like, okay, like I'll talk to people, I'll try and get it done for you as quickly as possible. So that's where I am. We have also gotten the bombshell, I'm sure this is on the back of the book, that the author is the actual biological father of Justin, the kid who's boarding with him. And the issue is that Justin's father figure, who thought he was Justin's father, is an evangelical preacher that none of them really like. And he just showed up and hit Justin in the face. And our main character was like, get out, or I will call the cops because I don't approve. Also, it's set in Athena, Mississippi. And so now I'm just like, everybody's probably talking real slow, real like this, real quiet. And I read too fast for that, so everyone does not have an accent in my head. I like realized it because I was like, some of the dialogue like reads a little slow, and I went, oh, we're in Georgia. And I was like, so you're all a little slower, a little kind of like that. And that was not my best. I had to do a Georgian accent, like Georgia, the state, not the country. I had to do a southern accent that was supposed to be based in Georgia for a play I did in college, and so I did the southern accent for months. So yes, I'm very familiar. I had to listen to dialogues. But yeah, so that's where I am right now. My guess is that the author dies. And that they think it's either Justin or the evangelical preacher. That or the preacher dies and they think it's the author or the son. It's one or the other. Because again, I can't read the back matter, so I'm just guessing. We shall see. I'm definitely reading more tonight. Krista will have court, so it's just gonna be me and the pups, and it's on my iPad, so I can just read pretty quick. I'm still waiting for the physical copy to come in because I want to take a picture of it with our Maine Coon mixes. And I was gonna read it with that copy, but I don't know what's going on. I know they're under construction, but it's been in transit for like a few days. I might call Monday and just ask if like there's a delay because of the construction or what. Also, one of the books for this may be coming today, maybe delayed, is also requested from the library just in case, but that also hasn't shown up, so we'll see. I may have to read out of the order I wanted to, so depending on how that goes, I may be reading a Star Wars book after this, we'll see. But yeah, so I'm enjoying the book. Just took me by surprise that our main character was a dude. Like, I was just like, what? Biggest shock to me in cozy mystery ever. Not that someone's gonna die, not that someone's gonna investigate it. No, literally the fact that the main character is a man. My brain's like, what? All right, but I'm gonna continue cooking lunch, watching an old Jan video, and yeah, I'll update you when I might show you what lunch looks like just to show you, and then I will update you again when I have more book thoughts. So I will talk to you later, my folks. Behold, rice bowls. Ta-da! Oh, and Maine Coon mix. But rice bowls. Those are done. Take them in the living room. We're gonna watch something and eat lunch. Great. Oh, what are you doing? Behold, he's like really being goofy. Okay, I'm gonna go. Please enjoy this goofy cat. Hello. Sorry for sort of odd lighting and the oven sounds, but I'm in my kitchen and I decided to wear this super cute shirt that I'm pretty sure is from Walmart. I don't wear it very often, but it's like cute. Yes, you're kind of close up on my boobs, but it's like a cute, like spooky little print, and it meant that I could use this very cool mug. Yes, I'm watching old Jen videos still. But you saw this in the other clip, and it's so fun because it's double-sided. So it says Black Cat Magic, but it's on both sides. And it's purple and shiny. This was like my only Halloween buy from At Home this year. Last year, but I'm very sure. Oh, I bought a fake candle, but like I didn't really buy anything from them this year, or last year. Last year. So I'm making cinnamon rolls, just like the pop open kind. And I thought I'd give you an update because I only have 60 pages left in Murder Past Due, and I have a couple small corrections. So I thought that Charles, our main character, whose name I finally remember, worked at the local library, and I like misunderstood that. He works at the college library, like the university library, in their rare book section, but he also volunteers at the local library, so that also comes up sometimes. But his primary job is at the college library. And I finally got to the death, and it was the author, whose name is Godfrey Priest, which is an interesting name. And so this I really don't think is a spoiler because cozy mysteries normally tell you the who and the sort of vagueness of that. His boarder, the 18-year-old Justin, he already knows that Godfrey Priest is his dad, and he like goes with him to his hotel room, and then they get into an argument, and then he leaves. But then when he comes back, because he wants to like apologize and like try and keep talking because it's his biological father, Godfrey is dead in like a pool of blood, and he's like freaking out, and apparently like runs away from the hotel room and just kind of disappears for a little bit. And Charlie is worried because he hasn't heard from anyone, he can't get a hold of anyone, so he goes to where he knows it's like the only super nice hotel in town. He goes to see if Justin's there. He sees Justin, and Justin is basically like, it's really bad, he's in the room, like I don't know what to do. And so they go to the hotel room and find him dead. And then we learn that the woman who is his like housekeeper that had been working for his aunt is the mother of the interim like deputy sheriff. And she doesn't like Charlie because he refuses to fire her mom. And she doesn't want her mom working for him just because she like doesn't want her mom working for anyone, but the mom refuses. Like her mom is like, no, I'm working there. Is that it? Oh, this might be a spoiler, but the pastor who is Justin's father, in the sense that he raised him, he has cancer. So he's dying. So he can't really be a suspect. Just throwing that out there. He can't really be a suspect. Even though he has a good motive, is what they're setting up. But I think I already figured it out. And I'm not going to tell you who I think it is. But they like introduced a character who had a nickname, and something that Justin said kind of gave it away. And we've just learned that Godfrey is not a good writer, which no one thinks he's a good writer, but also like he's doing nefarious things as a writer. And I think I know exactly what's going on. So I'm just kind of like, oh, I know. So I will verify this when I finish the book, but I think I got it. I'll give you an update when I finish, like a full one. But yes, so I like Diesel a lot. I wish he did more. Like, when I read the Cat Who books, Coco would always like help solve the mystery, and like other books with cats in them have helped solve the mystery. And I just wish Diesel is doing more to solve the mystery, which you don't have to in a cat themed book, but it would be cute. So I wish he was. I really wish. Maybe he'll do something by the end of the book and I'll be surprised. But I'm gonna go check on these cinnamon rolls, but I'll finish this today and let you know what I think. Also, I guess I'm reading the Star Wars book next because something is going on with like Amazon, and they said Midnight Sun was coming. That's the other book I'm reading, FYI, because I hadn't mentioned it. I was trying to keep it a surprise even though there was an intro. I was gonna do Midnight Sun next, which is the Edward perspective Twilight book. Krista picked it. And we can only find it on Amazon. That would get here pretty soon. I also requested it from my library, and none of my library requests have come in. And Amazon suddenly jumped the like shipping date from like Friday, it was supposed to come Friday, to like Wednesday. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna call the library Monday and see if I can get a hold of it, because I want to read the Star Wars book last, because I might read the rest of the trilogy in May, because I'm gonna do a lot of Star Wars books in May. But if I can't get Midnight Sun, then I'm just gonna read the Star Wars book next, which really might just be what happens. Which is fine. I was gonna read it anyway, but I'm just like, why didn't you come sooner? But yeah, so I'll let you know what I think of the end of this book, and I may start the Star Wars one before my next clip. So I'll talk to you later. We have shots for 2 of the dogs today, so you're not gonna see any of that because I'm not bringing a camera to puppy shots. I'm not doing it. So yes, so I'll just talk to you a lot later, possibly also from the kitchen, because I'll be in here. But I'm gonna go. Gotta check on these cinnamon rolls. Bye. Hi, you're gonna try and kill my camera. Oh, there's Kira. So you see mostly cattail. Kira's over here. There's Kira. There's a bunch of clean laundry that's not put away, so don't judge. Krista is prepping her Chipotle. So that's Kira, who you've seen. That's a Bruni. And they both did really well at the shot clinic. They were very good. They even...
Yes, clearly Kira's the best dog to pair Bruni with.
Yeah. So Bruni... Yeah. He's a poker.
Instigates
Chloe.
Reaction.
Yeah.
Stop.
So Bruni down there is a very self-conscious dog. And because he is self-conscious, insecure, yeah, he will poke other dogs to like get them in trouble or to rile them up so that they get in trouble and he can have more time or attention. Now Kira's begging for Chipotle. But Kira doesn't respond to that. She doesn't care. So we took both of them to the shot clinic at Vetco today. They're both very good. They let everyone do all the things. They didn't get snippy with other dogs. Kira even met some people. And then they got special treats in Dakar. And they just got treats when we got home. So they're hanging out and we're going to eat Chipotle. But I thought I would update you because they were both really, really good. Yeah, just please ignore the laundry. I'm bad at putting it away, okay? But yeah, Bane's also going to try and eat Chipotle. But yeah, so we're going to eat the foods. And watch more of Married at First Sight, I think season 14.
Yep, and then I'm going to go work.
Yes, and then Krista has to work. So Bruni's going to say bye. Bye. I have finished it. The lighting is a little yellow because I'm right under that. There we go. Maybe I'll go like this. Is that better? But yeah, I just finished Murder Past Due. I also, oh, I have to go because I bet you that's Krista. Hold on one sec. Hello, change your venue. This is Krista. She called and asked if I wanted to go get ice cream. So we're getting ice cream because she is done for the moment with court.
Right,
hopefully
any second.
Yeah, so we're gonna be quick. But I finished the book. You're gonna get to see Krista because she picked this book. But there was a twist. So I was kind of right about one thing, but I was wrong about who killed the guy, which is always a plus for a cozy mystery. So I was surprised. I also did not have as many pages left as I thought because there was a preview for the next book in the back, but I didn't read it because I won't have time to read it for a while and I don't even know if my library has it. But I finished it and it was a fun time. And because I can't get Midnight Sun. I keep calling it Crimson Sun, which doesn't make any sense. I think I keep trying to call it Crimson Dawn from Star Wars, but because Midnight Sun has not arrived, I'm going to be reading Heir to the Empire by Timothy Zahn.
Apparently, Heir to the Empire, I just read on the internet, is being turned into a motion picture.
Oh.
And I really hope they use young Han Solo.
Oh, from Solo.
Alden from Solo for
Han.
the movie.
Yeah.
I really do. He would be perfect.
It would be good. I had no idea. But yeah, I'm going to read that. I was just going to read it last because I wanted to read it closer to May so that if I like it, I can read the other two right after. But I'll just add those two to the thing. But we're going to go to ice cream and then head home. So we're getting ice cream, but I like the book. Murder Past Due was cute. I liked Diesel. My one complaint is Diesel did not get to do enough crime solving. So like, again, if a cat is going to be in the book, I want the cat to actually do something to solve the case. Like Coco from the Cat Who books. Or other books where like the cat inadvertently finds a clue. Or like paws the murderer a lot throughout the book. Like, ah! That happens in some of them. But it was still good. And I liked Diesel. He made a lot of sense. But ice cream. We're gonna go. Next time I'll talk about books, it'll be about Heir to the Empire. Right. Bye. Bye. We're on the move. We've eaten Dole Whips. They were delicious. But I was explaining the book to Krista because she hasn't read it. She suggested it based on like reviews and then it has a Maine Coon in it. And she guessed the ending like 2 seconds into my description. She just guessed it, like right away. She was just like, oh, this person did it. And I was like, what? You guessed it, you did it. I didn't even explain the whole book to you. So she guessed it. She guessed it like super quick. But yeah, the next book that I'll be reading is officially Heir to the Empire, which I already told you, but I thought since I said I would be talking about that book next, I would at least remind you again. But she guessed it, like so fast. But anyway.
I'm intuitive.
She is.
I deal with crimes on a daily basis.
Also true. She's a lawyer, not a career criminal.
Or am I?
Yes. Yeah, we are headed home, where we'll probably need to digest our ice cream a little before we eat.
Kitty time.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out with cats. Because one of the cats, Goose, oh my gosh, I'm gonna tell both of you, vlog and wife, a wild story. So I was leaving the bedroom, because that's where my backpack was, that I needed to grab, so you could go to get ice cream, because I have the house keys. And I'm going down the stairs, and my backpack strap like taps the side of the wall, because it has like a metal buckle, so it made this little like bang sound. And Goose, our youngest cat, like launched herself up in the air, parkoured off like the side of the stairwell, flew past me, and then was like, meep. And I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. But she like flew through the air, like, it was majestic, slightly terrifying. But yes, so we're gonna hang out with her because she does not particularly like dogs. And the dogs have been in the bedroom off and on all day. So we'll hang out with her, give her some kitty time, and then do dinner. Yes.
Yeah, I gotta digest a lot of ice cream. Oh my god. We asked for a medium because we thought it would be, so like the cone is like this big, and then the ice cream on top of it was up to like here. It was,
yeah, it was
insane.
Huge. So yeah, we're both very full of ice cream. Very full of ice cream. But yeah, so we're gonna go because we're getting closer to home, and we'll hang out with kitties, and then later eat dinner. Right. We will talk to you later. Good morning. You're at kind of a funny angle, but Krista is home sick. So I am making her coffee, mostly because she is cold, and hopefully it will warm her up. So I'm gonna show you how I make her coffee in this weird angle. So I'm pouring milk into my like frother. I just put off the plug, so now it's gonna beep at me a little. So milk goes in there. And get the lid on. And then I just set it to warm, which you can't really see, but that's what I'm doing. And then I use a lower intensity espresso pod thing. Pop that in there. And then it's like a Samoa thing. It's based on a drink she gets at a local coffee shop. So chocolate syrup. I don't know if I have to open this. Yeah, I think I do. Oh, I suck at pulling these off. And then caramel syrup. Oh, it's not even gonna come off, are you? I hate these like pull-in lifts. I'm so bad at them. All right, we got it. I'm gonna put that there. And then the ratio is more caramel than chocolate, as a fun fact. Caramel. And then I'm using a Mandalorian cup for her. 2 Christmases ago? Get that in there. I gotta grab a spoon. While I'm grabbing the spoon, I can show you my outfit. So you're gonna be on the move for a sec. So this is a cozy work outfit. I'm wearing a Grogu and IG-11 shirt, and then some Grogu pajama pants. Let me get my spoon for hers. And I'm wearing this because during like lunch, because work is like just about to start, because she was trying to feel okay to go in, and she just kept feeling worse. But since work's about to start, I'm gonna make this and I won't have time to read. So I'm doing that for her, and then my drink will be a little easier. I'm just gonna like explain it to you because I don't really put too much in it. So this is my cute batching cup. It says protect, attack, take naps. And so my mom got us like they're like supposed to be like a set. So I have this one and I'm going to do an 11 intensity, so like a darker one, and I'm gonna put lavender syrup in it. I think no, I'm not gonna do lavender syrup today, but I am going to the girls are playing tug. Yes, our 2 girl Rottweilers are very noisy when they want to be. Oh, and I'm gonna put this cold foam stuff on it. Yes, I know technically most people put cold foam on like cold coffee, but I just put it on my hot coffee because I don't make cold coffee at home super often. Sometimes in the summer I will. I know I keep walking out of frame. I will get like cold stuff. I actually have a just add water coffee kit. Wow, really? They're so noisy this morning. Can't open this today. Okay, but I'm gonna start making mine. They're being so loud. Oh. I feel bad because Krista has a headache, so I don't want them like screaming. But I'm gonna make Krista's. Her milk should be almost done. I'm stirring hers over here. And then mine, I just started. But yeah, so I haven't read much. I just feel bad that Krista doesn't feel well. And the girls are also annoyed because she was gonna take them up to nap with her because she's just gonna like sip her coffee and try and get some sleep. We're hoping that caffeine also helps her head. But the issue is that all the cats are in the bedroom, and one of the cats is afraid of dogs, Goose, and so she doesn't want to bring them up because then Goose will be freaked out all morning. Just added the milk to her coffee. It's all done. But yeah, so mine is finishing up. I'm gonna go because the girls are getting crazy loud. So I will talk to you later when I have book updates, and not just making coffee updates. So talk to you later. I'm gonna go shush. Very noisy, playful dogs. Right, bye. Okay, I thought I would show you the finished product and see the girls have gotten so much quieter. So there's just some cold foam on top of some espresso, and then Krista's is 1 espresso pod, a bunch of milk, and it looks really dark, but it's because of the chocolate syrup. So I'm gonna run these up, and then I have to start work in like a couple of minutes, but I'm gonna go take her some coffee, and I'm gonna drink mine in the office. So I'll talk to you later. Okay, so Krista is here in the corner, but she's sick, so I'm gonna leave her over here. She's had to get deliveries all morning though, so she keeps trying to go to sleep, and we've had FedEx and UPS.
FedEx twice.
Oh, FedEx came twice. And so remember how I was saying that my copy of Midnight Sun had not arrived? It came today. Why is this big? It has to be the whole series, right? Like this is the whole series from Edward's point of view. It has to be. The tale is retold through Edward's eyes with a new and decidedly dark twist. This has to be all of the books. This is... Well, I'm glad I started this one already. As in, I'm 6 pages in because I read like part of the first chapter. But it's gonna take me forever. Oh god. I mean, at least the writing's easy. I'm sure she didn't change her writing style suddenly for this monolith. That's the right word, right? Monolith? I don't know. This is freaking nuts. And I was like, oh, if it's short, I'll read Life and Death after, just as like a fun bonus. No. I'm not doing that. Oh my god. This is gonna take forever. Krista literally opened the bag and just walked in here and was like, it's huge. And just like handed it to me. And I was like, oh, and I was like, you should be on camera. And I was like, oh, but you're sick and I don't want to make you stand in front of this. But this is bigger than the final book in the franchise of that wizard kid who I'm not talking about because that woman is a jerk.
Garbage.
Yeah. Oh my god. It's how long? It's 817 pages.
I'll have you know that when I told her the 4 books for her to read, she was like, assign me more. And I was like, no, I think that's enough.
Yeah, because I didn't know this one was like the size of the Merriam-Webster dictionary from 2019. Oh my good lord. So this is last. Good lord. I'll have updates for you on Heir of the Empire later while I mull over the fact that this is the largest book known to man. It's not, but this is insanity. Okay, I gotta go.
Who would have thought Edward would have more words than Bella?
Well, I guess in theory, the entire franchise.
But is it?
I think it has to be. I can't, it doesn't say. And I don't want to skip too far ahead. It says goodbyes, an occasion, the hunt. It has to be because there's the hunt. And I think that's when he takes Bella hunting. Yeah, Port Angeles, another complication, the knot, ambush, blood. This has to be. If it's not the whole franchise, this is baffling. He doesn't sleep. Is this just book 1? Because he doesn't sleep? Does he just talk? Oh my god. I may die. If I do die, please send all donations to the dog rescue of your choice.
No, here. I have 8 animals to take care of, yo.
Okay, I'm gonna go. We're just gonna focus on the much smaller Heir to the Empire book for the next couple of days. But yeah, I gotta go. I have to do work things. My brain is concerned for my well-being. I'll talk to you later. Hello. Okay, it is a little ways after work, and I'm filming this because I have managed to read during my time today 230 pages of Heir to the Empire. Again, it's after work, but my monitors are still on just because like I rebooted and it was being goofy, so I like turned everything on and restarted again. Sometimes my work computer does this weird thing with the internet and I don't know, but I'm like keeping it up so it can do some fixing, I think. Maybe an update ran, I don't know. But so many things. Okay, so if you don't know, the Timothy Zahn series, which is, it's called volume 1 of the 3-book cycle. So like it is a trilogy of books. This one is Heir to the Empire and it's the first one. It's set 5 years after the original trilogy of movies. So it's set after the last one and within that like 5 years. So they're setting up the New Republic, and there's a lot that happens in this. What's interesting is because this is an older book, the flaps say like absolutely nothing. The flaps really just like tell you all about Star Wars the movie franchise and like just that this is set 5 years after, and really that's it. So we are still following our original group of people. So Luke, Leia, Han, R2, C-3PO are there. Sorry. Like Mon Mothma, Admiral Akbar, and then technically this is actually what introduced Admiral Thrawn to the franchise. Now, I've already talked about Admiral Thrawn in random things because he appears in Rebels, he appeared in the new Ahsoka series, so like if you've watched content that exists in the Star Wars universe already, you would know Admiral Thrawn is a character. But this was where he was created. So Admiral Thrawn is, he was part of the Empire. Now he's doing his own thing to sort of bring the Empire back. So he has his own chapters, he has his own sections. We also, so we're not in his like point of view in this, but we're following like, I cannot say his name. It starts with a P. He's basically working as his like right-hand man right now, on the, is it the Chimera? I think. I might be saying that wrong. But they're doing their own plan. He has recruited a Jedi Master who is hiding out, though it may not be like the original Jedi Master, which was a wild reveal. I'm not telling you things because I don't want to spoil it if you have not read this and you are a Star Wars fan, which I'm sure you have. I just haven't because like, I just didn't. I've actually read the like young adult series that follows 2 characters who have been teased in this. So in this, Leia is pregnant, which is a key part of like this trilogy. She's pregnant with twins, which is why it was so confusing, because I knew that because I had read the young adult books where Leia and Han have had twin children who are Jedis. Like that's a known thing in like the book universe, but they decided not to do that in the sequel trilogy, and they make Ben Solo instead of their like twin children. I don't know. I don't know. But she's pregnant with twins in this, but she's only like 3 months along. But like the twins are crucial because I will tell you it's not on there, but Thrawn has made an agreement with this Jedi Master that he will help Thrawn if he gives him all the Jedi that he knows of. Luke, Leia, and the babies. Right now they're really just focused on Leia and the children, because technically like a Jedi Master could mold those children into whatever he wants. And that's kind of what I'm getting from that. Like he wants to be able to make dark Jedi. We've also met a character who's like very, like there are people who love this character. Mara Jade has been introduced, but because I just know she exists, all we know right now is she hates Luke Skywalker, and like that's it. She's working for Card, who has basically taken over Jabba the Hutt's sort of syndicate at this time, and so she's working for him. So those are like a lot of setups. We go to Kashyyyk. There's just like a lot going on. There's a lot of like political things going on with the New Republic, with Akbar and someone sort of pushing on him. The Empire is definitely trying to come back via Thrawn. There have been discussions of like clones. What else has gone on? There's just like a lot of stuff. They also have Obi-Wan Kenobi's Force Ghost basically be like, I'm leaving, Luke. And like he's just gone. So like Luke feels like he's alone because he doesn't have him. But he and Leia are able to like communicate more because her Jedi powers are growing. So he's training her. But yeah, there's just like a lot going on. It's very, very like easy to read, quick to follow. I'm very excited about it. I am definitely going to read the next 2 books in the trilogy in May, because I'm doing this whole like reading Star Wars books in May thing. Like I have a whole bunch picked out that I want to read over the course of the entire month. See, I knew that was gonna happen. It's been like being weird, so I'm like trying to make sure whatever updates it's trying to run get run, even though it's after work, because I hate running them during work because then I can't do anything. But yeah, so those are the updates. I thought since I wanted to see what was going on with my computer, I knew it was nothing major. It just acts funny if I don't run certain updates sometimes. So I was like, after work and like some time away from work, so I wouldn't have to like stare at my computer, I would just run it. And I thought while I was doing all of that, I would give you the update because my camera was already in the office. So there you go, that's the update. I'm probably talking real fast because I've had a lot of coffee and this book is very exciting. Yes. Coffee. So I'm definitely finishing this today, but you will have to stay tuned for the thoughts on the rest of the trilogy because that will happen sometime in May. I may bump them up so I have something to release like on May the 5th. We'll see. I don't know yet. Because I have to read a very, very large book after this. Okay, but I'm loving this book. I'm really, really enjoying it. I really like Thrawn. It also helps that I have heard the voice actor for Thrawn from Rebels. So like anytime Thrawn speaks, I can like hear the voice actor's voice like in my head, which is very nice. But yes, so I gotta go because I think my computer is finally done doing whatever it needed to do. I'm sure I'm not the only one that like gets annoyed when your computer needs to run updates and you're like, but I have stuff to do. So I prefer to run them like when I don't actually have work stuff going on. Like I can do it in the evening and it doesn't take up much time. So I'm gonna go. I will talk to you later when I finish the book, where I can give you my like official final thoughts without spoiling anything. So bye. Hello. Krista still doesn't feel great, but we had dinner and I made steak and potatoes and found our, I think they're technically Moscow Mule cups, but oh, she's has it in her hand actually. Ta-da! Is it gonna focus? No. There we go. Okay, so, and are you focusing back? There we go. So the cup is from when we got engaged, which was exactly 5 years ago today. So we tried this. So she doesn't feel well, so we didn't do a lot of it, but we got, we have this wine. Oh, we were gonna tell the whole wine story. The wine does not have to do with our engagement. But we bought this wine. When did we go on that trip?
2021.
2021. Okay. So we went to this like famous steakhouse called Ruth's Chris in New York City, and the only thing we liked was the shrimp that we ordered as an appetizer and the wine. And we were asking our waiter, like, could we see the bottle? Is that a possibility? So he very nicely came out and was like, I've brought you a tasting of this wine. Because technically he was not allowed to bring the bottle out from behind the bar unless he was doing like a tasting, because then they have to like show you the whole thing. So he showed us the bottle and Krista took a photo of it. And then we looked it up and the bottles go for $14. a single glass there was 20. And so we bought it because we could get it through like a wine wholesaler, like 6 bottles for not that bad, because you get a discount if you order that amount. So we like bought it back in 2021 and have been able to buy it like since then because they hadn't changed vintage. And then this year apparently they no longer sell the 2021, so they do a 2022. So we bought it, and so with dinner we each did like a little bit of each one to like see if there's a big difference. And the 2022 is less sweet but similar to the 2021. So since we were doing that, I grabbed our engagement cups because I remembered that we bought them when we got engaged so we could have wine in the hotel room. So I was like, aha, I have them. But yeah, so we did that, and we're just gonna watch Married at First Sight and relax a little with the cats, and then we'll go downstairs with the puppies. Parker had day camp, so he's tired. So he can just hang out on the couch. And everyone else is normally pretty tired by the afternoon. But yeah, so that's it. Oh, also I finished the book. I didn't tell you that. I finished the book. I really liked it. I need to read the other 2 books in the trilogy, but I really liked it. It ended kind of on a cliffhanger. There's a giant battle, and then it ends. But all of our heroes are going to reunite at some point. And we learned Mara Jade's background, which was the thing I didn't know at all. So I had a very fun time. The next book is Midnight Sun, which I've already showed you and been confused about. And I Googled it. How is a retelling of just the first book over 800 pages?
Apparently Edward is prolific.
Okay. That one's next. And then we'll see how long that takes me. It's just so big. Also my library holds came in, so I let them keep Midnight Sun because the copy we ordered actually came in, which is good because the Midnight Sun library copy was a hardback and that would have been annoying to lug around. But I still wanted the cat Cozy Mystery Murder Past Due so I could take a picture with the cats. So I still check that one out. But yes, so we're gonna go enjoy the rest of the evening. And tomorrow I start Midnight Sun. It's because he doesn't sleep. It has to be because he doesn't sleep. It's 24 hours all the time. Every day. You think he'd have a hobby? Like not writing or thinking.
Obsessing about Bella.
Oh no. I'm so concerned for my well-being. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hello. Okay, so quick update, because it is technically after lunch. So Krista had court this morning, and on her way back, it was close to lunchtime, and she called and asked if I wanted coffee from Wendy's because they do like frosty coffees. And I was like, oh, well, if you're getting coffee, do you want to just get lunch? So she got us potatoes and some nuggets, and we each had a coffee. But I was like hot earlier, so I'm wearing this like Haunted Mansion Funko shirt, and I was hot, but my arms were cold. So I put on this flannel. Doesn't really match, but it will make sense really because I am officially reading Midnight Sun, which is massive, but it's Pacific Northwest, which always makes me think flannel. But now I'm like freezing, so I am gonna switch into a Harley Quinn hoodie. So if I film more today, I'll be in the hoodie. And I made some, even though yes, I had iced coffee and I had coffee this morning, I made a little bit more coffee for myself to keep myself warm in my Wednesday Addams cup. I'm very sure Wednesday would not read the Twilight series, just feel like it's not her vibe. But I wanted to let you know that I'm about, where am I? I'm in the middle of a chapter, I think, because the chapters are really big. I'm on page 94 of Midnight Sun, which is enormous. And it's only Twilight. Like, this is just a retelling of the first book. Oh, the mail's coming, so the dogs are gonna bark. I'm gonna try and be extra quick. I'm actually liking it. Am I a Twilight girly now? Have I become a Twilight girly? Did that happen? I really am gonna have to go because the mail is here. But I'm liking it so far. We just got to the point where he saves Bella from the car. But I'm enjoying Edward's point of view because it is a lot more monstery than I expected. Like, he's thinking about like how he would like eat her and take out all the witnesses. He had to go to Denali and then he was still upset. And so like he's a lot more like dark than I thought. So that's interesting. I am enjoying it, which is just surprising me because I did not think I would. It's just so big though, so it's gonna take me a little while because it is like over 800 pages. But I need to go get the mail, I guess. So I'm gonna run down. I will fill you in more, but I'm cold, so I'm gonna put on my sweatshirt and take off my flannel to warm up, go get the mail, I guess, because the dogs are barking about it. But yeah, so I have more thoughts, but I am enjoying it, which really surprises me because I was like, this is so big, it's gonna be so long. And it is really long, but I'm enjoying it. I'm confused. Have I just grown to love Twilight now because it's been continuously in my life for numerous weeks? Is that what this is? Do I have Stockholm syndrome? That would not be what it is. Anyway, I'll fill you in when I've read more. I'm definitely, this is probably gonna take me a couple days, a little while to get through. So I will update you when I can. So I gotta go. I will talk to you later. Bye. Ta-da! Ramen! This is what we're having for dinner. It looks kind of fancy. It has imitation crab, egg, some sriracha, and then we're going to have some wine. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have you see me for a sec. You're still looking at noodles, I know. Hello, I'm here. I am roughly 200 something pages into Midnight Sun. It's so long. Like, I like it. We just got to Port Angeles and they're coming back. And Edward's inner monologue is interesting. So I am enjoying myself. Just it's such a long book. I probably won't film much tomorrow because I need to start putting clips into my editor. But yes, I am enjoying the book. If you've read Twilight, I am at the point where they're in like Port Angeles and they're driving home and she's revealed that she knows he's a vampire. So yes, it is interesting. But we're gonna go eat, and I'll fill you in sometime tomorrow, when I'm not uploading footage from this SD card. Talk to you tomorrow. Hello. Yes, I'm messing with my hair. So it is like right at the edge of my lunch break. Like I have to go back immediately. But while Krista was home for lunch, we took the thumbnail for this and I have to edit the thumbnail because I realized that I have almost all the clips I need. So I'm on the last book, Midnight Sun, and surprisingly, I have less than 200 pages left. Really like very close to 200, but I have less than 200 left. So my goal is to like plow through it, because I read during lunch, I read before work, I've read when I have like little breaks or like a second where I can like read a couple pages. So I've been like going through this since I started really, and I am so surprised. I like actually like this. Like I'm enjoying myself like way more than I enjoyed reading the like whole Twilight series. Like I'm very into this, which is shocking to me. Shocking. Did I become a Twilight girly? I'm not even kidding. Did I? What is my life? But I really am enjoying this. So I want to know, I mean, I know how the original book ends, but we're getting so much more stuff from Edward. We even got more character development of Bella, which is shocking to me. Like there are scenes in here, actually it shouldn't be, because I feel like what happened is Stephenie Meyer probably has matured a little as a writer. And on top of that, maybe wanted to focus on some things that may have been criticized in the previous books. So I do have a couple things very briefly. In this, we learn like favorite movies, favorite books, like we did favorite color, but like I do not remember her talking about movies at all. Bella like talks about her favorite movies. Then she actually talks about college plans and after college career plans with Edward in this, where I'm like, what? She like wants to work in like, she like wants to work with books or like in a book kind of capacity. And she's like, well, I kind of want to teach a class at like a community college where like people would like sign up. So like I know they all want to be there and not just like teach high schoolers or like college students who like have to be there. And I'm like, what, where was this in the original book? Also, curiously enough, so if you didn't watch it, I read Wuthering Heights and Jane Eyre, because Wuthering Heights appears in Eclipse a bunch. Bella mentions it, Edward mentions it. It like gets used in a discussion of like her feelings about Jacob and Edward kind of. And when I read Wuthering Heights, I was like, I don't understand why she used this as the book, because I was like, Bella and Edward's story I think would fit better with Jane Eyre. Do you want to know what Bella says when she's asked her favorite book? Jane Eyre. And then Edward is even like, oh, I can see Jane Eyre like in Bella. And I'm like, duh, because it's a whole story about how this girl is like very into this guy, but they can't be together. And then they still ultimately get together. Like I was just like, it fits so much better. So I don't know if like she saw criticism of people being like, Wuthering Heights doesn't really work for us, and she tweaked it. I don't know. It was baffling to me. My cats are being so strange. They're all trying to get into my closet for some bizarre reason. Like 3 of them are just like all lined up by my closet. It's very odd to look at. And I'm not going to show you because there's a lot of laundry over there and they're all using the laundry to like, it's clean laundry. I just haven't put it away. And one of them is like using a mountain, like it's a pile of clothes, to like try and get into the closet. It's a whole thing. But anyway, Bella is getting more character development. We like actually get to hear what she said when she was sleeping. We get so much more points of view from people because Edward can hear into everyone's brain. So we get more thoughts from like the other students, like certain people, and like how people get together. Like Edward actually helps Angela get with Ben because he thinks Angela's a nice girl. He's like, oh, she's so nice and she's nice to Bella, and you know what? I'm gonna help her because she likes Ben. And I was like, what? Like, this is so much better. Like, it's so long, but like, I'm very much enjoying it. We also get more Alice. We get more on Rosalie. We get more of Carlisle. We get more of Esme. We don't really get more of Jasper, though we learn more about Jasper in this than we did, like, not more, but we learn technically about Jasper earlier than we did in the rest of the series because they include stuff about Jasper in this. I'm just like, what the heck? What the heck? So I'm really enjoying myself and I'm hoping to finish this tonight. But yes, I'm gonna have to go, but my goal before the day is over, like the full till midnight day is over, is that I can finish this and I can film my outro, my intro, and possibly one more clip of this. I do want to film when I actually finish this, so clip of post this book, outro, intro, and then add those to the video I'm already working on. I like exported all my files and they're like prepped and ready to go, and I just need to add those, and then I need to edit the thumbnail. But I would like to like have all that done so I can post it on like Thursday, because there'll be this vlog and then I'm gonna post just like a sit down video next week where I'm explaining what I'm reading in May, and then it'll be kind of a gap because I'm debating whether I want to post on May 3rd or May 4th my reading the other 2 books in the Timothy Zahn series, because I'm definitely doing that because I want to know what happens in the rest of that trilogy. But I have to go. I'm gonna keep plowing through this monstrosity of a book that I'm actually enjoying and am baffled by my enjoyment of. I just don't know. Now I kind of want to read Life and Death just so I know like if that one is good. Like maybe her writing was better 10 years after the original series. I don't know. Just throwing things. The cats are looking at me like, what is wrong with you? But I gotta go. So I'll update you when I finish this book. And hopefully I will be able to finish the other things I want to do. I will talk to you later. Hello, you are at a truly bizarre angle because my camera just happened to be in the office and all the books that I need are in the office. So I finished it. I finished this behemoth of a book. It actually gave me a little bit of a hand cramp because when you have like almost all the book on one hand, it's so painful. My like hand fell asleep a couple times. Anyway, I finished it. It is much later in the day. I have done outs for dogs, and I actually asked Krista if she could just like wait a tiny bit for me so I could finish the book, and then we're gonna film the wrap up of the video because I wanted to like talk about the books with her for the end of the video since she picked them. I've been talking to her throughout, but just like she didn't really get to be like in the video because she's been busy, and I read a lot when she's like at work, like at night, or like during lunches when I have time. So like I didn't I didn't wind up like reading in the same room with her a lot unless she was asleep, admittedly, because I read that one book on Kindle. So I finished Midnight Sun. They go way in depth on how Alice like faked Bella's injury, and it was so interesting to get the scene in the dance studio from the vampire's point of view and like how they like got there and what they were doing. So I like this more than Twilight. I do. I actually really enjoyed this, and I've decided I'm going to read Life and Death, but not in a vlog. I'm just gonna read it because I can. That's the gender switched one, which is what I thought this was. So that's the confusion. So Krista and I thought Life and Death was the book from Edward's point of view. That's what we thought. And then we thought this one was the gender switch one. And then Krista realized that we had it backwards, and so we bought ages ago she bought, because we already had it, Life and Death, because she thought it was the retelling and not the gender switched one. And so when she realized this was actually the one she'd wanted, she was like, oh, I'm suggesting it, and then we weren't gonna buy it, which I already talked about, and so we bought it because eventually she'll want to read this, even though it is massive. But I really enjoyed it. I liked that we got to see more of the Cullens. And I kind of liked not having to be in Bella's head. I'm really sorry. That probably sounds really mean, but I preferred the story from Edward's point of view. So I really enjoyed this. I have no idea how I'm gonna rank these books. If you're new here and didn't know this, I don't like star rate books. I've never done that really. Like, I did it a handful of times when I used to write reviews, and it always felt really awkward to me because I'd be like, well, I enjoyed it, so 5? Like, I would just like, I don't know. The only times I've ever like been able to do it is like Poor Things I detested, and I was like, I would give it 0 stars, but I guess it's a 1. Like, yeah. So, I don't do ratings, but normally if I read a lot of videos in the same, or a lot of books in the same video, I'll try and do like a, which one I liked the most, and I don't know how that's gonna work. I'll figure it out in the outro. But I really enjoyed this. I had a delightful time, even though it is a behemoth of a book. I kind of want like this on a shirt. I'm sure they make that, like an oversized hoodie, or like just sweatshirt, like a crew neck. I kind of want that in my life, which is very random. Because I was very like anti-pomegranate, but they actually explain it. It's a pomegranate because he's thinking about Hades and Persephone, which is wild because we're seeing Hades Town this weekend. Yes, on Saturday, so that's fun. But yeah, so I am gonna go because I told Krista that I would hurry up so that we could do the actual outro of the video. But I really enjoyed this. I will figure out how to rank all of these. It's so hard, but I had a great time. I will talk about this more in the outro with my actual wife. So I will see you in mere seconds, but it will actually only be a few minutes for me because I'm just running downstairs. So I will talk to you for the final time in this video very soon. Hello! This is the final clip of the video where dogs will try and knock over the camera. Chloe, don't lick it.
I was like, why isn't it on me?
Okay,
America
here.
loves me. Show me. This is Chloe. This is Chloe's reading vlog.
I think you could see Kira. It's so dark. Okay, we're just finishing up the video, and then we can hang out with you. Oh gosh, it's really close to our faces. Please don't lick the camera. Okay, so after the brief puppy interlude, we're at the point where I've read all the books. So I think this is the order I read them in. I think. So I read True Colors first. I know I read this one first. And I really like this one. I already told you what it's about, and I'm very sure that Krista's favorite character is the lawyer, Winona. This one was surprising because of the murder investigation that I was not anticipating. So this one was good. I would read more from her, and we have a whole bunch, so that's nice. Then I read Murder Past Due with the Maine Coon, who sadly did not really solve the case. He just existed. He was like an emotional support cat. So he was there, he just didn't do anything. Oh, you're gonna bark now. Chloe wants someone to play with her while we're filming this, so we will be quick. Then I read Heir to the Empire, part of the Timothy Zahn trilogy, which is Krista's favorite set of Star Wars books. And I'm reading the other two in a different video, but I did really like this one, and it ended on a cliffhanger. So I need to read the other two very soon. And then I read the behemoth known as Midnight Sun, which again is only Twilight, but somehow 4 times almost larger than Twilight, I think. So I literally just finished this before we started filming. And I read this one. So
I chose them for her because she asked me to.
yeah.
So I obviously chose Midnight Sun because she had read all the other Twilight books.
Yes.
And I really love when a story is told in a different way just by changing whose perspective it's told from. So that's why I chose that one. As she mentioned, this is my absolute favorite Star Wars trilogy books. So I had her read that one. And apparently they just entered into a movie deal.
Oh, right.
Where they're actually going to be making all 3 of those books, Heir to the Empire, Dark Forces Rising, and Last Command, into movies.
So are they just gonna, again, are they gonna pretend that Kylo
Doesn't exist.
Or are they gonna pretend that the twins don't exist and only Kylo exists?
I don't know, I guess we'll know when we...
Yeah, because she's pregnant with twins. Like, that's a crucial part to this whole storyline. It even had, like, spin-off series about the twins.
Yes.
Who don't exist in the movies. Then...
I know she loves cozy mysteries. I have not read this, but I did read a lot of reviews for a lot of different cozy mysteries, and it said it was a Maine Coon, and we have 2 Maine Coon mixes. Yes. I am disappointed to hear that the Maine Coon did not solve the crime as I solved it within 2 minutes of conversation, and I'm certain that Bane would have definitely solved it.
Oh, he would have.
Banks would not have.
She's currently staring at Banks because he keeps trying to break a very expensive litter box, like one of those electric ones, and so she's trying to like will him to only use the normal one upstairs because he keeps trying to break the door off.
Or stop being a jackass. And then this, I love Kristen Hanna. I think she's a great writer, and this is my favorite book that she's read. So I thought that when my wife asked me to choose books for her, that I would choose one that I thought that she might enjoy, and 2 that I enjoy, so it's something that I could share with her.
But yeah, it was very fun. I enjoyed all of them. I did say I was gonna try and rank them, which is going to be really hard. In last place, for just this vlog, I'd say the cat book, because he doesn't solve the mystery. If the cat solved the mystery, this would be higher.
No.
Seriously?
No.
She's barking at cats. Yes. We're almost done. Okay. I don't know how to rank the rest of these. Because, like, this was better than Twilight. Like, I like this more than Twilight. But I feel like it would have to be the Timothy Zahn book first, because it was, like, really gripping, and I really want to read the next one. And then I feel like it's almost a toss-up, because I liked True Colors, but I'm not planning on reading a Kristen Hanna soon, even though I liked it and would read more of Kristen Hanna. And then Midnight Sun, I really liked, and I'm actually going to read the gender swapped one to see what happens in that, because I'm curious to know what she did for the gender swap one. So I don't know. I would say these are like tied for a third. I can do that, right? It's my vlog. So Heir to the Empire is 1, Midnight Sun and True Colors are tied, and then Murder Press 2 is last. I'm gonna cough, I'm really sorry. Asthma sucks. Okay, but that's it. Thank you for choosing all of the books. You're welcome. They were very fun. I had a very fun time. But yeah, we're gonna go because I need to start cooking dinner, and the dogs are now pouting because they're not on camera. Only the girls are out right now. The boys ate and are in right now. So we are going to go and enjoy the rest of our evening. So it was lovely talking to you, internet people. If you like this video, you should give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these, please subscribe. We're gonna go because we got things to do. So bye, internet people.
Bye.